Hi, this is Dr.
Reading
Robertson,
menus.
and
Edit.
today we're going to go over some more tips and tricks on how you can learn math and other different strategies. So let's go ahead and read our math problem and start showing you some tips and tricks. Here we go.
Selected. Problem: A circular park has a radius of 12 meters period. Calculate the area of the park period.
Okay, so we know we need to do A equals pi r squared. Let me show you how to learn how to do this very quickly.
Blank.
Okay, blank, we love blank. I'm going to do all equals. All equals immediately allows you to get into your Word math editor, all
Alt
equals.
equals. Selected. Math content.
As soon as I do all equals, my Word math editor option, equation option opens. It is Alt J E to get there, Alt J E.
Alt J. Upper E.
Okay, now in order to get into my ribbon, I could tab, but I want to use hotkey commands. I'm going to use E for the equation. And if you do Alt J E and sit on that E too long, you'll automatically open that equation anyway. So you can just know that you just sat on that E a little bit too long. Hit E.
E. Equation. Built dash in. Area of circle. Surface area of a circle with radius R button. 1 of 9. Next.
Yep, that's what we want. We're going to hit enter and insert.
E. Enter. Print. Edit.
Okay, so visually, if you can look at the top left-hand corner and you can see that beautiful Braille. On my Braille display, it is also there. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you have a status menu to the left, you probably want to get that to the right and get rid of that. I'm just going to show you how to get rid of that status menu on the left so you can actually read straight off. Let's go ahead and do insert 6.
Word dash JAWS settings center.
I'm going to Control Shift D to set default because we want to get that status menu all the way to the right at all times.
S. A.
Okay,
S.
down arrow to
Placement
status
status. 4 search results list box.
and
Advanced
F6.
page. Placement of status cells. Right radio button.
Okay, if it's on the left, it read left, so just down arrow to right. I don't suggest turning it off. You have options here, but absolutely get it to the right so it gets out of the way of the kids reading their math and as well as just words. Okay, I'm going to hit escape and get out.
Escape. Document 2.
Okay, the next trick is open your Braille math editor now. I am using a Focus 40. If you go into the STEM field, I highly suggest an 80 cell Braille display. I'm going to do space 36, excuse me, space 3746.
Braille Math Editor. Equation edit. Contains text. Type in the math.
Okay, you immediately see this beautiful Braille. First thing I want you to do, just for a quick trick, is Control A, Control C to copy.
Selected. Copied.
Copy that, and I want you to hit escape.
Escape.
I want you to
N.
hit
Blank. Enter.
enter, and
Pasted.
so now you have the Braille there. Well, we already know it's on the Braille viewer, but just in case you have a lot to do and you're trying to teach the student this and you might forget, we're humans, we forget, you actually have it there. What's nice is
Home. Dot 6.
the student
Dot 1.
can also listen to it. So it's right there at all times, even when they hit enter. And I'm going to actually turn on my buffer mode so we can actually complete this math problem. Watch this.
Math content cap A equals pi r squared.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to open the Braille Math Editor again, and you actually are going to manipulate this. We have a circular park that has a radius of 12 meters. We know we need to do A equals pi times 12 to the power of 2. You can just do it right here. Space, let's go ahead, space, and 3746, and open our Braille Math Editor.
Braille Math Editor. Equation edit. Contains text.
Okay.
Math expression.
Let's move along.
Braille's dots 1 2 3 5.
Okay, so there's the radius. We know we need to go ahead and do pi times. So let's go ahead and braille that in.
5 dots 2 space.
And I'm just going to do
Dots 3, 4,
12
5,
right
6.
off the bat.
Dot 1 dots 1 2 space.
And then I'm going to hit delete.
Dots 5,
And just
6.
get rid of that R because I don't need it. And now you have A equals pi times 12 to the power of 2. And I want you to hit enter on that. Okay.
Document 2 dash word.
Now, what you want to do is ideally all the math work that the student has to do has been given to the transcriber and the transcriber is doing all this up. So these are tips and tricks for the transcriber also on how easy it is to transcribe all the work, send it to the student, and the student can just start doing it. Okay, under my fingers, it is beautiful. A equals pi times 12 to the power of 2. I'm going to turn on my buffer mode so I always have this under my fingers as I move along so I can solve the rest of it. To do my buffer mode, I'm going to do on my keyboard, just insert Alt V to open my options. Insert Alt V.
Select Braille view dialog. List 1 list view. No split 1.
I will be going back here because I'll need to turn off the split as I progress through my math.
Buffered text. 2
Down
of
arrow to
8.
buffer text. If you want to swap this, you've got left and right hand side. As soon as I hit enter on this, visually you're going to see two lines that are dividing the left side from the right side on my Braille display. That is also true on my Braille display. I'm going to have two lines. The math problem is going to be on the left. It'll actually be on both. And then as soon as I rebuffer, it's going to switch. But you can also Alt S to swap split if you want to. That's just tabbing around in here. Hit enter.
Enter. Edit.
Okay, instantaneously, visually, you can see in the top left-hand corner, you've got the two lines dividing my math problem, and you can see A equals pi times 12 to the power of 2. Okay, I'm going to hit my end.
End
I want
equation.
to rebuffer this, so I'm going to do it with left shift 2 3 on my Braille display because I want that to go to one side and I want to be able to solve on the other side. My left shift is directly underneath my space bar, so I'm going to do space 2 3 quickly on my Braille display. Okay, and now I have rebuffered it and I have it on one side. As soon as I hit enter, I actually have it on my right-hand side, and I'm going to solve this now. So we know we need to times that. Let's just say you have a real tough time with multiplication, and 12 times 2, maybe 144 doesn't hit your brain, but you also need to know you have a scientific calculator built into your computer. Let's just open that. And I actually have a hotkey for that. I'm going to show you how to pin it really quickly because mine is Windows 5 to instantly open my calculator, but maybe you're not sure how to pin it. You can pin it in your taskbar. I call this $1 million real estate. If you Windows T, you can instantly go down there and right arrow. And if it's window combined with the number of the slot that it's in, it instantaneously opens. This is how you pin it, just in case you don't know that.
AL calculator app. Press
Okay.
right to application.
Applications
Search.
key.
Unpin.
And as soon as you hit your applications key, you can down arrow and it says unpin to taskbar because it's already pinned. I have $1 million real estate done. You use your calculator a lot in mathematics. You can use your handheld, but how great that it's already built into your computer. Let's go ahead and escape, and I'm going to Windows 5 and open it.
Escape. Search box. Escape.
Windows 5.
Windows 5. Calculator.
And
Scientific
there we
calculator
are.
mode.
Okay, we need to do 12 to the power of 2. You can do Shift 6 to the power of, or you can do Y. I'm going to go ahead and
1, 2.
12 to the power
12 to the
of 2 and enter.
144.
Beautiful. Now, let's think about some memory issues. You can copy this with Control C, and then you can paste it with Control V, but I'm thinking I can remember 144. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that. I'm going to Alt F4 and close out of there. And you can Alt Tab back and forth. So I've probably lost focus. I need to go ahead and Alt Tab to it.
Document 2-word.
There we go. So now we know what it is. This time I'm going to go into my Braille math editor directly. I could do Alt equals, but let's go ahead and use the Braille math editor and open this up.
Braille math editor.
Here we go.
Space. .5. .2 space.
Okay, and we need to go ahead and do our
pi
times
145.
Okay, just double check that, make sure that's correct. What's really nice, if you improperly braille your braille, it will say you can't do it. So I'll try to remember to do a different type of mistake while I'm moving along. Oh, I know. I want to pretend that I cannot remember how to do that time.
Braille space.
Let's go ahead and erase that.
357.
How about 357? Yeah, a star. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then we'll pretend that the teacher does not want a star. They really want the time symbol. Hit enter on that.
Enter.
There we go.
Word. Document 2 equals
Okay.
Asterisk operate 1.
Asterisk. And most of the time, people will accept asterisks for times, but we don't want to do that because I want to show you another trick.
Asterisk operator.
I'm going to erase that. I'm going to do insert number 4. Insert number 4.
Select a symbol to print dialog. List 1.
Okay, foreign languages are in here, math and science and just about everything. So I'm just going to tell you, go through your insert 4. It will be amazing if you don't know about it. I'm going to go ahead and go down to my multiplication symbol.
M, masculine ordinal. M, multiply symbol.
That's what I want.
Enter.
And it instantaneously inserts itself in there. And now you can see on my Braille display, I've got one to the left and one to the right of what I'm actually solving, which is so nice because I still have to continue with my solutions. I'm going to hit my enter.
End equation.
End first, then enter.
Enter.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and do it with Alt equals. We're going to show you some other tricks here. So now I'm going to do Alt
Alt
equals.
equals selected. Math content.
Now you can continue to Braille on your Braille display because we already know math is so much faster on your Braille
Dot
display.
6. A.
Okay. A. Now here is, we need to do approximately because we know pi 3.14 and you can start rattling off all the other digits for it. But this is how you insert it a different way. You're going to do Alt JE to get to your equation editor. Alt JE.
Alt J upper E.
Okay, now you're going to hit the letter Q to go to all your different symbol options.
Q. Equation symbols. Basic math.
I'm going to hush them up. I'm going to right arrow because I've already gone here many times. And this is, once again, great for your transcriber when they're not really sure what it is. They're going to be able to input it here. The nice thing is the student's going to pull up all this work and they can see what it is on their Braille display and know how to do it. I'm going to right arrow to that approximate.
Equation symbol almost equal to left
Yep.
parent asymptotic to right parent.
And I already know it's way down the line. And I'm going to hit enter.
Enter. Print. Edit.
Okay, and there we go. And now let's
Space.
go ahead and continue this.
Number sign 1. Low D. A. D. 1.
I always have to really think about this because I've got to make sure I'm doing UEB and not Nemeth.
Dot 5. Low H times. Number sign 1. 4.
Okay.
4.
Now,
144.
I'm going to show you a different way to do it because this is LaTeX. If your students are going to go in the STEM field, they really do need to learn LaTeX. And I'm going to do a backslash approximate because I know that is what it is.
Backslash PPROX approx autocorrect almost equal to.
Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do the LaTeX also as we move along. I just wanted to show you that if you know LaTeX, you can see how fast that is. Yes, you can Braille it also as you learn it, but maybe you don't know what that is yet. And I can also tell I forgot to rebuffer up above, so I'll do that after I finish this. Let's go ahead and keep going.
Number sign 4, 5, 2, low D, A, F, 452.16, S, Q. Low D, SQ period, M, E, T, ER sign, S, meters.
Okay, and there is our answer. Let me go up and rebuffer so you can actually see the above math connected with the below math.
Math content cap A equals pi times 144.
Okay. And we know that is the left shift 2-3 quickly on my Braille display. Okay, and now it rebuffers, and now you can actually see that a pi r squared, and now we're going to go down
Math content cap A almost equal to 1.14 times 104 home.
And home. And for whatever reason, it's not showing up on my Braille viewer, but it is on my Braille display, which is the most important thing right there. Okay, so let's say you want to learn LaTeX. I'm going to go up into my equation editor. I'm going to change from Unicode to LaTeX so you can actually see how this changes. I'm going to do Alt-J-E.
Alt-J, upper E.
And I'm going to do TX. Now, if you're visual, you see that Unicode is UF. Yes, you can tab in if you forget the hotkeys. I'm going to do TX for LaTeX.
TX, LaTeX on, leaving menus, leaving.
Now, I'm going to Control equals.
X, Control equals.
Hey, how about Control Shift equals? Because that switches it back and forth.
Control Shift equals selected.
Okay, so what you can do is you can visually see all the LaTeX, but you can also just left and right arrow. So you're going to hit Alt and just start right arrow.
Backslash, space, backslash.
I'm going to tell you LaTeX starts with backslash and it runs pretty fast as you move along. I'm not going to go all the way through here. You're also going to see that backslash TIMES is time. So let's just say, once again, you forget your insert 4. You forget what the time symbol is. Guess what? Backslash times is pretty easy. I'm going to change back, and that's Control equals.
Control equals selected.
Lovely.
Equal to 1 point.
Okay, I'm going to change back to Unicode so I can actually go back to all the equations on how I am actually doing that. So we have our answer here. Almost, right? You just have to do the 3.14 times 144. I think you've got an idea how to do that in your calculator now, so I'm not going to show you that because I think you got that down. Let's go down arrow.
Dot 6, dot 1, Braille space, dot 5, dot 2.
Yep, that's all our Braille dots. Let's go ahead and hit enter on that.
Enter.
Okay, and now let's go ahead and do a little LaTeX. Alt equals?
Alt equals selected. Math content.
Okay, and Alt-J-E. And I'm going to do
U,
UF,
F,
change back to
Unicode on,
Unicode.
leaving menus.
So you can do LaTeX with Unicode on or LaTeX on. I'm going to do a square root now.
U,
Backslash.
SQRT, autocorrect colon.
What's nice is when you have Unicode on is it instantaneously changes. It does not if you're on the LaTeX. So just know, don't panic with that. I'm going to show you how to fix that vinculum. Can't stand that word because I mispronounce it all the time. Vinculum, 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 the line that goes over the math problem. Well, sometimes it just won't do it based on the math problem you're doing. How about we do 45 plus 6 or something like that?
45, 46.
Now, visually, you can see that vinculum only covered the 45. Well, guess what? It needs to cover the whole problem. Here is the really cool trick. And I actually think I'm going to turn off my buffer now because we're not going to do any more solutions on here. I'm going to go ahead and insert Alt V and turn that off. I have made my caps lock the insert or modifier key because I just find it so much faster. Anyway, let's do that.
Select Braille view dialog. No split.
I'm
One
going
of
to
eight.
change it to no split,
Enter.
enter,
Edit.
and close it. Okay, so now let me show you this really cool trick on how to get that line over the whole math problem. I'm going to go ahead and open the Braille Math Editor.
Braille math editor. Equation edit.
Okay,
Type in the
and
matrix. Escape.
nothing happens. Let's go
Document
ahead and
2
left
map
arrow
6
into it.
plus.
That kind of forces it to appear, so just know that trick. There
Braille
we
math
go.
editor. Equation edit.
Okay, so we know where that termination is. So I'm going to hit my end because we know it's, well, it's probably 6 1/2 does here. I'm going to just hit my end left arrow.
Dots 3 4 6.
There we go, 346. The offending 346. It's ending too soon, but here is how quick you can actually solve it. I'm going to hit my delete key.
Dot 5.
Now, what's so nice about this is you now have invalid or incomplete Braille math. If I hit enter right now, it will not work. But I'm going to hit my end, and I'm actually going to put that back
Dots 3 4 6.
where it needs to be. Now, visually in the Braille Math Editor, you can already see that line completely over the math problem. You can also see that on your Braille display where you've placed it. I'm going to hit enter on that, and it instantaneously fixes my math problem. Because when you go into quadratic formulas, you are going to have that issue based on what you're brailing out or typing out. Hit your end key, hit enter.
Enter.
Okay, so actually I don't need to do two enters. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and insert a little bit more advanced mathematics. Every trick I'm showing you here works with all math. Ready? Alt J E. Oh yeah, I forgot the alt equals. Got to do alt equals because that equation editor is not going to open until you do.
Alt equals selected. Math content.
Now, instantaneously, you can see it's open because that's always a question I get. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't see the equation menu. It's because you have to do alt equals. Here we go, Alt J E.
Alt J upper E.
E again to get into your equations.
Equation, built dash in, area of circle, surface.
Okay, lots of really fun math here, very extensive. Remember, the goal is we just teach the code. You want these students in the math class with their peers, with the teacher who has a degree in mathematics and has been teaching this for years to teach our students and all the students. And of course, you want them to be doing peer work too. This is how you get them in the classroom. Teach the code to them and let them be independent in the classroom with their peers. Let's go down and find that quadratic formula.
Expand Fourier Pythagoras quadratic formula.
Oh, love it.
Okay.
This one's instantaneously going to give you issues also because as soon as you do b squared, guess what? That vinculum is going to want to stop right with the b squared, whatever you decide to change that to. Maybe 4 to the power of 2. Okay, it's going to stop, and then you're going to have minus, and you're going to have the 4, and then times the a times the c. And you're going to have to move that vinculum. Okay, so just know that. Once again, if you really need to learn this, and you really, really do, open the Braille Math Editor.
Braille Math Editor.
Lovely. Okay, and anybody who's done any UEB math knows there's lots of 5/6s. They begin the math problem, they'll end 5/6.3. In order to learn all these, plus minus, we love that. That's \PM, by the way, just in case you forget the UEB. But you're going to do a Control A, copy this, hit escape, and enter, and paste. And then you, as the visual teacher, can look off of that, or you can actually have the student read from their Braille display, but that's a pretty long problem, so you can't duplicate that easier. So you can just hit enter and have the student Braille that over and over and over, and then actually give them a quadratic formula to solve because they're going to have a lot of them. Okay, so before we end this section, let me show you how to change those settings because as soon as you go into your Word Math Editor, it's going to be all centered and some of the configurations are going to be different. I'm going to hit
Enter.
I'm going to do Alt
Alt
equals
equals selected.
because I need to get that equation menu open. We're going to do Alt J E.
Alt J upper E.
Okay, I want you to hit T as in Tom, number 1 to go into your settings.
T. 1. Leaving menus. Leaving ribbons. Alt plus F.
Okay, I want you to really memorize what is in this equation options because your math is going to go astray. You're not sure what happened. I'd actually just say do an alt print screen. Take a screenshot of it, save this so you know what it actually is. The one that's off, the one that's always centered on your math, you want to do Alt J to go to your justification and hit L for left. Alt J.
Alt J left button selected. 1 of 4.
Well, yes, mine is already set on left, but yours is automatically centered. Now, if your math teacher wants it centered, leave it centered. Then you're going to do Alt D to set default and tab to OK. It is going to ask you, do you want to set this up for your normal template? Yes. Yes, you do, because then every single time you open this, it's going to be correct. Okay. Another option I want to quickly show you is up at the top, you have copy math ML to the clipboard as plain text, and you also have copy linear format. So you have those two options also based on if you're a Braille reader or not. And I'm going to show you another critical item here. Hit escape.
Escape, edit.
Okay, the next one is when you convert. Because if you're using LaTeX and you're using the control equals going back and forth, sometimes you forget to change it and it's stuck in linear mode. You need to change it to all professional. Once again, Alt J E.
Alt J upper E.
I'm going to hit C for convert.
C group current dash professional.
Here's the trick. So if I go down to current linear, it's going to change everything, or it's just going to change that one item to linear. But if I do all linear, let's see what happens.
Professional, 3 of 4.
It's all professional, all linear.
Leaving menus, leaving ribbons.
It instantly changes everything to linear, and you can see to the power of 2 is now the Shift 6. Well, let's go ahead and change it all back to professional. Alt J E.
Alt J upper E.
C.
C group current dash professional 1
and I want to do A, all professional, and enter. And now it's all professional. One more thing before I forget, let me go up to a math problem.
Math content square.
We'll do a nice and easy one. I want to do insert space equals.
Space.
We're going to open
Word document. Math viewer equation.
the math viewer.
To move between partial
Enter, right arrow, down arrow, and it doesn't want to read. Don't you just love that? Hit escape. Let's do it again.
Document 2-word edit.
Okay.
Content 5.
He's talking to me.
6.
Now I'm going to tell you, a lot of times this will move smoothly through it based on what you're doing, but sometimes it will not. Let's try that one more time. Insert space equals.
Microsoft Word document. Math viewer equation navigation. To move between partial expressions, press the arrow key.
Okay. And yeah, it does not want to read today. I'm finding that absolutely hilarious. Nope, it doesn't. But it's on my Braille display. So once again, back to that Braille display. We love the Braille display because guess what? This is technology, and sometimes it just doesn't want to talk. Ooh, do want to try insert tab though.
Math viewer to move between partial expressions. Press the arrow keys to interact with a table. Down arrow once for the first.
Let's see. Nope. But it's moving. It just doesn't want to read today. My guess is I'm going to need to restart my computer. If you have challenges and troubles like that, save everything,
Document 2-word.
Restart your computer, and typically it's due to some type of update. Okay, so that is some pretty good tips and tricks for today on how you can learn all this really specialized math. Okay, we'll see you in the next video.
Alt Q and enter.